is this pointing to Marvel and Hulu doing like a Midnight Suns cross Spirits of Vengeance?
If this was an April, I'd be like, Outlook is looking real good.
This was April.
Eight ball, like one of those.
Oh,
eight balls.
I was like, we're in May now. Like,
I've never heard of that saying, man. What does that mean? Yeah, I think you're gonna see a lot of brands come out of this merge. Like just the Midnight Suns.
It makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, these are characters that people haven't seen in a long time, or haven't seen, period. And like people have been screaming for this for years now.
Yeah, it's
years.
It's like how many people have been wanting Blade? Like people have been asking for Blade non-stop since like.
And you will be happy with that.
Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Yeah, with the Midnight Suns thing, I'm like 90% sure that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like
if you can't get defenders back, you got something to fall back on, and it's something different to fall back on as well.
Exactly, and it's like out of all the characters, it's like, I shouldn't say that, but the two characters that are been announced now. I mean, one of them you've seen before, but everybody loved it. It was a great reception.
Yeah. I don't think anyone didn't like that Robbie Reyes take. Like, sure, it felt a bit more like Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, but like, it's.
I mean, it was better than any of the Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, I don't even count those movies as being the thing. Like. Mainly because I didn't watch the second one because the first one was that bad. But.
Well, as amazing as Nicolas Cage is, those movies were pretty like it just didn't capture the character at all. But this was like I thought the Robbie Reyes character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of like encapsulated it, like as
even it got the Ghost Rider bit. Like I would have liked a bit more of Robbie, like Gabe and all that, but.
Yeah,
did he have Gabe? I can't remember actually.
Yeah, I did. His brother, right?
Yeah,
he was in the show.
But yeah, if you can like go a bit more like the family dynamic, I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much about it because I don't know too much about it right now. But like, I mean, what I do know is that if you liked the character before, you're gonna love the character now.
Sweet.
It's not going to change all that much. The aesthetic might change a little bit, but the story might change a little bit. But I'm looking forward to the Hellstrom one a little bit, especially from the synopsis of what the show is supposed to be about.
Oh, because aren't they like heavily teasing that, like, yes, like he is the son of Satan, she is the daughter, like she is Satana. Yes, they're calling her Anna, but I think there's a clear, obvious twist. That they're gonna like pull with that one. Yeah.
And as far as I know, they're gonna go like pretty much balls to the wall with it.
Sweet.
With
That's
the character.
Exactly what they need to do. Right.
Like if it's one thing they've learned with some like some of the other characters is like don't shy away from like the.
Oh yeah, especially like in a post-Endgame world, you can't shy away anymore. You have to go like if it's in the comic, do it.
Yeah,
there's nothing to shy away from.
I think it just needs to. There's a happy medium of marrying the comics with which with a little bit different from like deviating from it, and I think Marvel's kind of mastered it at this point, and I mean, again, I don't know too much about the show now. It's just, I mean, I only know what you guys know, is the synopsis, and I'm interested in. I mean, again, I'm interested in what I see. Like, I know they're gonna get.
It feels like the direction they're going in, like not obvious, but like you can see like what they've done before and like apply it to what they could possibly do here. So like, they're obviously not just gonna do Ghost Rider and Hellstrom. Like, they're obviously gonna do other people as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if these things are successful, you're gonna see a lot more of these types of characters. Also, I mean, like you also got to look at where they're putting the shows. No, like if they put that on D plus, it might be a little watered down. But Hulu,
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any planet, like any possible reality that they could actually put these on Disney Plus.
Nah, I mean, if they did, I think it would be a mistake because there's too
Yeah.
much restriction on what you can do and what you can't do with the character, and like that would definitely hurt those types of characters because you want to go to those boundaries, you want to push the boundaries with these characters. I mean, like you want to go as far as you can without, without showing like a I don't know, like a Hellraiser type version, but I mean, you could do something like that.
Yeah, you also you kind of don't want to like limit what type of content you make. Like, yes, Disney's known for being family friendly, but they're clearly obviously trying to spread out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, they had Miramax before and they did all stuff there, but like, there's a clear, like, them saying that they're not going to change Deadpool. Like, I think that they're trying to widen that cone of where they're aiming for.
Exactly, and I think that was the whole point of getting majority stake of Hulu. So they had that outlet for those shows. He's not stupid. Like Bob Iger loves the money, man.
Yeah.
And like this, you're not going to see a Ghost Rider walking around Disney, but like Disneyland, but you're going to know that
it's a Disney property.
But they're not. Yeah, they're going to be a Disney property. He wants you to know that they're not going to like go, all right, well, we're going to give you the character, but we're going to give you a completely watered down version of that character.
Yeah.
That's not going to make money.
No.
Yeah. And
Iger he's a very smart man. It'll be interesting to see when he leaves, like who's going to take over and how they go. But
I think Feige is going to take that position.
You think Feige's all Disney?
Personally, that's just my personal opinion. I think at this point, he's earned that, and I think he has that sensibility that he can keep. I don't know, man. The guy's a very, very shrewd man, business wise, and I think that type of business mentality is what it takes to do stuff like this. Because Iger isn't shying away from other properties. They're not going to say, well, we're going to give you this, but not give you that.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. I think he is right for that position. I
suppose the question is really like, would he want to?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think in the end, I think that's what everybody wants to do is run one of the biggest studios in Hollywood.
That's true.
I think that's the.
I suppose he's running the biggest one right now. Like, he can't. Like, yes, it's a subdivision of Disney, but like, is there anything much bigger than his subdivision?
Well, and he's handled the running of the Marvel, MCU, in such a great way that I think he is a right fit for that, and I think he earns it. Yeah. I mean, at least in my opinion, I think that's.
I mean, if it is Feige and Feige does take over, I'm not going to complain. No.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising that he's the successor. I mean, I couldn't see right now. I couldn't see anybody else.
So it's definitely hard to pick someone else out. Like, I can't.
Nobody in my view has when Iger leaves, it has to be someone that kind of keeps in line with that vision. And that vision, because once Iger leaves and that person takes over, this could all go away. I mean, they might say, all right, this doesn't share my values, so I'm going to push my agenda. I think that if Iger was smart, he would at least offer this to him and try to keep this the money train rolling. I mean, he was instrumental in getting this MCU together and in the mergers and stuff like that. He was very instrumental in the Fox thing.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine he would have to be really.
But I mean, that's one of the biggest acquisitions in the last decade.
Well, I think ever really.
Yeah. No, I've never heard of this has been the first thing I've ever heard of two mega companies putting together. I mean,
so I can't remember a time where any of the big six of something or whatever it's going to be buying out the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just, I mean, I don't know. Like that's just my personal opinion. I think that's where.
I mean, I could see it. I could see it. Just like I could, just to jump back onto the Midnight Suns bit.
Yeah.
Like, bringing people like Man-Thing. You have sure, it's kind of copying DC with Swamp Thing, but that's not going to go anywhere, it seems.
No.
So,
I mean, that could go away in a season.
Yeah. I mean, they're evaluating the entire thing, so who knows? But it's just opened such a massive door, like bringing Man-Thing and like do the nexus to like all reality sort of thing.
Yeah,
go proper crazy with it.
Exactly. I mean, and that could like open the. I mean, that could bridge the gap between like film and TV easily.
Let's get Cumberbatch.
I mean, at this point, like, I don't think you're gonna see. You're not gonna see Doctor Strange on these shows, but I mean, I think eventually you might see something. You never know. Wong could show up on that show.
Yeah, that's true. Or like just have one of them in a Doctor Strange movie. Like, it's not like.
And it would make sense too.
Exactly.
Those characters.
If someone's going to know everything, like it would be him. Yeah. You haven't really got to set up a prior meeting like you would maybe with like the Defenders and the Avengers, but it's Doctor Strange. He just knows all because
I mean, like in the comics, everybody goes to when it's the stuff like that. They go to like when it's a supernatural, they go to Doctor Strange.
Exactly. And also, you just like. The can of worms opens up, like, werewolves, vampires. Like, you can do so much with, like, a spirits. I imagine they're going to call them the Spirits of Vengeance and not Midnight Suns because Suns kind of,
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised for characters like Johnny Blaze to show up in it.
I
mean,
bring in like Elsa Bloodstone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like all these, like little C-level characters are pretty ripe for these shows. Like, and they all kind of fit, they all have that connection in some
way. Isn't there also talk of like a glyph? She's a recent character, like a glyph show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I heard anything about that, but I mean, it's very possible. I mean, like I said, like the other day, it was just like consider anything and everything.
Yeah.
At this point, it's kind of like a free for all now because like once they have control of these, like once this thing gets off the ground, I mean, like they're gonna need to fill up content, fill up spaces.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna see characters that you.
I mean, we've already got so much now. It's like there's the Offenders. That's 5 shows. You've got the What Ifs. That's a show. You got what certain someone and Winter Soldier. You got One Division. You got the Loki show. You got there's
the
Hawkeye, Nick Fury, War Machine, Sif, and
I mean, like all these all these opportunities are creating like, and that's just like most of those shows are just like the opening act on this app. Like everything after that, it's like, hey, who knows? Like 3 years down the line when Doctor Strange is done. There could be a Doctor Strange show,
Oh, that's kind of like, all right, we can't really go any further than a Doctor Strange show.
Yeah, I mean, like, who would have thought that Tom Hiddleston was going to be on a TV show?
That's true. That's very true.
And like, who's thought? Because like, I think once they're done with their trilogy, I think these shows open up another avenue for the character. They don't necessarily have to go away completely. They can go to Hulu and just have a little bit of, I
mean, like, at least the ones we know of now that, like, the confirmed official ones, like, Feige has said, these are setting them up for their next movie appearances. Like,
exactly.
We're filling in a gap. So, I said it on the main show this week, like, it's a way to like just spread everything out so you can do more. Like you haven't not got to see these characters for 3 years. You can have this show, and then the movies can do new stuff.
Yeah,
and then you just bring them all together again. Like,
wasn't that what the Dark Tower stuff was supposed to do? It was supposed to like be a movie, then a show, then a movie. Yeah, just a little bit more successful version.
I think they're still doing the show for that, but I think it's rebooting everything. I'm not 100% sure.
But like, and you also got to think that like Sebastian Stan, he's still got like I think what 3 more films on his contract.
Didn't he have 9 originally?
Yeah, he had like
So,
I think he was like one of the biggest.
yeah. So you had the
like,
3 Caps. He's done Civil War as a third Cap movie. 2 Avengers. I mean, he's got 4 if that's the case.
4, yeah.
Did the Black Panther thing count? The post-credit scene?
I don't think so. I think none of these post credits. I think they're a completely different thing. From what I heard, Chris Evans did that one appearance as a favor, or either that, or it was like a negotiation for an extra. But it didn't count as his appearance.